Yeah. Well, oh, my webcam is not working. Give me
That's
a
not good.
yeah. Give me a second, everybody. Um,
We're failing already? Jesus.
yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Whoop. There we go. There we go. Nope.
Ew, what a fucking...
Yep, that worked. that up. Holy. Okay.
Holy shit.
We made it. We really did. We really made it. We really, unlike some of these teams, we're making it. Oh shit.
We're fucking live, dude.
Oh man. All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the Power Grid podcast with your co-host Battery Power
Capshotz.
and we're going to be talking free agent mania cuz it's not even so much roster mania. It's really just everybody for themselves. Hit the fucking
Yeah.
dance floor and find a partner. uh I was expecting, and I think everybody was expecting some roster changes. You know, a majority of these teams would keep their core of players while moving on from maybe quite a minus the bench players, moving on from some of their starters, maybe one or two of their starters. And yeah, we were wrong. There's teams that
Dead
are
fucking wrong.
yeah,
Holy shit.
there are teams that are they're straight up, they're hitting the eject button and they are letting their entire teams go. Uh, so we're just gonna hop right into this. I just want to let everybody know right off the bat. As of today, as of like an hour ago, there are only 3 players that are signed to 2021 league rosters. That's Octane for Seattle, Cammy, and Kleenex for Toronto. So when we're going over this and we're saying that the remaining players are these players, that just means that these players haven't been dropped yet. This does not mean that these players are signed. The only ones that are signed again are Kleenex, Cammy, and Octane, which we will cover. Toronto will be the second team, and actually Seattle will be the third team that we cover. So we're actually going to start off first because I know for a fact Ralph isn't in here. So I'm going to fry his balls by going over London first. So, yeah, right now, all they have is Shawnee remaining. That's the last person they haven't let go. Um, right now, I just wanted to let everybody know as well. We're not going to go over every single free agent. We're going to let everybody know who was dropped, but we're only going to go over notable free agents. So right now, Jerd, Wuskins, and then Jerd was dropped on September 1st, and Wuskins on September 4th, and then Dylan, Scrap Zero, Mad Cat, Nasty, and Rated were all dropped today. Um, I'm here. You sexy bitches. I was like everybody be sinking. So, again, they dropped everybody but Shawnee. And so the notable free agents for this team, Wuskins, Scraps, for me at least, are Wuskins, Scraps, Dylan, and Zero. Nothing against the other guys, but if we're trimming rosters down to 4v4 here, and we are not expanding rosters, I'm sorry, but there are going to be some guys that are without a job, and so not everybody can be talked about, and so we're just gonna go over the big ones. So, Wuskins and Scraps, I have no doubt in my mind that they'll get. I don't see Wuskins not getting a job. I don't understand how. Do you see? Do you see? In what realm do you see Wuskins not getting a spot somewhere?
I mean, this would have to be a case of teams getting together and, him not fitting a role. And even then, I feel like most teams would even give him a fucking literal, like, submachine gun role at that point because he is way too talented of a player, especially so deadly as a sniper in S&D. There's just no reason and no way he doesn't get picked up to a roster or at least thought about to be like a main AR for a team. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially after the year he had.
Yeah, literally. I'm still I still don't understand how the Twins are dropped. Like if you're gonna keep players on the team, I feel like you would make an effort to keep at least the Twins because of the skill level, the intensity, the I don't know. They have this competitive energy that they bring. I feel that has yet to be matched, and I feel like if they were on a really competitive team, they could do some serious damage.
I agree. You know, it's 4v4. We haven't really seen too much of them in 4v4 besides uh the beginning of World War II when they were on Unilad and then IW, I believe, and then like BO3 and stuff like that. They were on different teams. I believe Scraps was on a pro team, but Weskins wasn't. But in IW, when they were on I can never remember this, Fnatic, when they were on Fnatic with Sunny B and whoever their fourth was, I literally don't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to
But they
think
were good
back.
players. You know, Weskins was a very, very good main AR in that game, really upcoming player. And you know, since then has been continued to be like a top 10 AR, I'd say within a pro league. Scraps, you know, been a really good flex player the past few years. Um, Same as Weskins, just a consistent player, like always in talks of being a really good player, and like even outside a game, you know, they're really good dudes.
Hmm.
Which can be said for not as many players as you'd think, but like Weskins and Scraps are always regarded as very, very high class players.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody, just so you know, if I'm looking over here, by the way, my monitor is over here where Cap is. My camera is over here, so I apologize for that. Scott and Doheen, welcome. Thanks for coming to the stream, boys.
It's good,
We're
brothers.
just going over some London talk right now. I see that Raph is in the chat. He's just not saying anything, but it's okay. So Dylan and Zero. So here's my thing with Zero. I don't think that he is a bad Call of Duty player at all. I think he's an extremely talented Call of Duty player. But I think that in this 4v4 with no expansion league, I don't think that he gets a job.
I think he becomes a sub. I definitely don't think he
A
gets a
starter.
starting
Sorry.
roster
Yeah, there
spot,
we go.
but
I don't think he gets a starter. Yeah.
I definitely think he'll probably be a sub somewhere, if anything. But yeah, after last year, I don't think his second half performance can really propel him to be a starter next year.
Mm. Scott says Roth doesn't like London anymore. Fake fan. Yeah, I is
Oh,
it
can you blame him?
see here's I can no, I can, and here's why. Arcides is my favorite Call of Duty player. He has been since he was on E United, since I watched way back, way back. I think all the way back into BO3 and IW. I'm pretty sure all the way back there. Uh, okay, and he just got the 1-2 kazoo. Him and Preston got the 1-2 kazoo from Huntsman, and we'll talk about them at near the end. And it sucks, but I'm not going to stop being a Huntsman fan. I'm just going to have to unfortunately cheer against Alec, and that kind of sucks because
Oh, I mean, to be fair, Raph only liked London because of Scraps. Like he literally was only going to follow whatever team Scraps is going to be on. So I mean,
okay.
that's kind of his thing. He was never really like a fan of like the entire team. He was just a fan of Scraps. Dude is literally in love with Scraps.
Love it. Dashy to Chicago.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get there. But yes.
To
So
answer your question, 100%.
yeah. Which I can't wait to talk about because I actually got to talk about it with with Buzz Guy actually. I don't know if he's in the
Let's
chat
go.
right now, but pretty fun. So Dylan, I see Dylan getting a spot. Um, no, I did not see Dashy's post. I see Dylan getting a spot. I'm not sure. I don't see it being on a European team. Obviously, I don't see it being on London. I definitely don't see it on being Paris. So, uh, I would like to guess where these guys would go. And so, if I had to guess where Wuskins and Scraps were going, I don't think that they would be. I don't think that they would be paired together. I don't think they're like the twins. So, and they've played on separate teams before. I'm fairly certain it was Reciprocity and FaZe last year. I'm sorry. Well, I'm the year before. Um, link the tweet in the chat, please.
I just saw it. I don't think it's anything that's special, but yeah, he's a Huntsman player.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. Yeah. So Wuskins, I mm, Watkins, I mean, okay, Minnesota, honestly. Minnesota, I feel, would be a good fit because right now they don't have anybody on their roster, and so they can build from new. Watkins has yet to play with NA players. I'm fairly certain he's only been playing with EU,
Yep, he's yep.
even dating back to the World War II days.
This is
So
true.
I think this is his time. I think he's going to try to play with NA players, and I think that Minnesota would be a great roster for him. Um, because I think he can be the star of a not of a team that hasn't been created yet. And I think that you can center a team around Weskins. I think that if a team gives him a chance, especially a team like Minnesota, right off the bat, if they hit him up on September 14th on free agency and make him feel like a superstar, hey, we want you. We want to build a team around you, and we can offer you this. I think he'd be more excited to take that than to be like, nah, no, I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna hear out my offers. I don't know. I think he'd be like, yeah, let's do it right away. I think he's looking for a team that wants him, and he hasn't had that yet. And I think he felt that with the Royal Ravens, and you can see how crushed he is that he's moving on because he's not happy. He might seem like it, but you can tell in the streams that he's feeling down. He was hoping that London was going to be his home. So give him that team that he can stay at and build the team around. I think you got a really good player in Wuskins.
I think more than anything, I think he's just upset that, like, I mean, he knows his worth, man. He knows what the amount of money he's worth, and the rumors are right now that London, if you re-sign to that team, you're taking a pay cut, which for caliber of players like Dylan, like Scraps, like Weskins, especially after literally getting fourth at champs. I mean, you'd expect like doesn't matter. I feel like you go into debt for players like that. To be honest with you, for what they did, I mean, nobody expected them to get that far, or at least not many people did. I should say. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure there were some people that were like, yeah, they're gonna get a good top spot, but there were a lot of people that didn't, and they still showed out and then got fourth place. Played competitive through almost every single series, every single map, and ended up getting fourth. So I feel like then you do whatever you can to re-sign those players, and they obviously didn't do that. I think down the line there may be a potential for them to re-sign. So we got to think about it like that too. Can't just think about it like well they just got dropped and then like all of them are gone. Because in some cases, yeah, for sure, 100%, those players are dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like in some cases like London and like Paris, I can see a couple of those players returning to those teams. To be completely honest, once the dust has settled from the off season.
Yeah, next week it'll be a lot easier because free agency starts on Sunday, and I'm fairly certain that we're gonna see pretty much everything announced then, or at least a lot of the rumors confirmed. Um, because players will be able to speak. No,
I think so.
I don't think there's going to be
Um,
NDAs that say that they can't talk about teaming with people, especially if they have
there
cleared their
might be actually,
contracts.
to be fair,
Hmm.
just kind of like keep the hype going and like keep people guessing and stuff like that. I think for like a lot of teams and a lot of players, what they're gonna do is kind of create like this hype about it, let people keep guessing and keep guessing. I'm sure shit will be more and more apparent during, as the days go on. But like if you can just create the hype around it and then have this cool big reveal with it, I think a lot of people, especially like the huntsmen and stuff like that, are gonna want to do that, especially with players, with the amount of players and the amount of talent that's on free agency right now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's still going to be exciting to see come Sunday. I hope that most of it gets announced because I don't know. I just want to talk about it. I just want to see the teams. I just want to see practicing. I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the multiplayer reveal. If you guys don't know that, might have to skip the beginning of my class to see the multiplayer reveal. Just kidding. If mom and dad are watching, love you. Just joking. Ha 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 ha.
I would have work, and I will contemplate, wearing some type of hoodie and then like just kind of peeking it in my arm as I'm like getting trained on how to do things. I'm just you paying attention? Yeah, yeah. Dashy Huntsman. What?
What? Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Like
got.
you got it. Like,
Oh man. Well, I mean, if we're talking about re-signing, then Dylan and Zero, I can see re-signing with London for cheaper because they're not the superstar players, but they are good role players.
Yeah.
They are players that can still very much contribute to a team's win. So I could see them re-signing. Um, but that's Watkins and Scraps. No, I think that they're going to move on because I think that they're going to want a little bit more money. And I think there are teams. I think that's why teams are completely wiping rosters so that they're freeing up as much money as they possibly can.
I think it goes as far as money. It goes as far as probably um, just trying to make sure that like players are actually going to like what team they're on. So I honestly think this may
Yep.
end up being a trend going on throughout the rest of the CDL because I think more than anything else, the CDL and just Call of Duty in general, when it comes to teams, teams will literally implode. Not necessarily implode, but they will just like fully break off. And like the best way to do that is just like release every player and then be like, well, if you guys want a team here, 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 whatever, then find your franchise spot, basically, which I think is going to be a big thing pretty much every single year, like I said.
Yep. Yeah, I think that this is going to be the beginning of the longer contracts. Um, because it's going to stay 4v4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly don't even think multi-year contracts will happen for many players, like Scump and Formal probably, maybe
Yeah,
Envoy, players like that, Simpa maybe, but like there's a lot of players who probably aren't gonna sign long term just to like keep it an easy way out. So you once your 1 year contract is up, you can go find another team if you so decide. So I mean,
yeah.
I think it's gonna be really interesting to see.
I'm thinking 2, possibly 3 max. Uh, that would sign more than 2 years, or sorry, more than a year.
Yeah, they're like I really think there's very few players who are willing to do that,
Yeah.
but
So
we'll see.
yeah, it'll be interesting. Ooh, what's up, Raph? What's up, Raph? How you doing, baby?
Oh, look at that. He starts talking whenever we're done talking about London.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking believable.
Unbelievable. All right, we're gonna move on to Toronto, and as you guys know, or as you don't know, who's the babyface kill on the
God damn.
bottom?
He literally has that in my fucking phone. In his phone. He literally calls me the babyface killer now. I'm pissed.
I love it. If you didn't know, Toronto made some rather large changes because they had a 10-man roster. They're the only team in the CDL with a 10-man roster, which was already absolutely absurd. So they dropped Looney, Classic, Metals, Brack, Lucky, and Mayhem, which currently leaves them with Methods, Kleenex, Bance, and Cammy. And as you know, Kleenex and Cammy are signed, so Methods and Bance still up in the air. Um, I see them keeping Methods, if you want me to be completely honest. He was definitely the head of that team. The brains, the IGL, the leader. Um, he definitely was the guy in Toronto. So I see him staying. Bance is a question. I don't understand how they could move on from players like Brack, Looney, and Classic so quickly, and just be like, yeah, Bance, yeah, what's up, buddy? Stay, take your coat off, stay away, pal. You're not going anywhere. I just it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like whenever Bance was on the team after his little break, whenever he got taken down for I believe Classic in the beginning of the year, and then came back, he came back with like a fire in his ass, man. He played pretty consistently the rest of the year. He played a really good like bait player, like fast paced player, and I honestly think they both resign, unless somebody ends up coming that blows them away, that completely is just so much better, or more consistent than Vance, which in in a lot of ways I feel like wouldn't even work out, because sometimes the quote unquote better player isn't always the better fit for the team.
Hmm.
So I feel like having a player like Vance to kind of offset Kleenex and Cammy is kind of like even a very fast-paced team too. It could also hurt them too. To be fair, with how slow Methods is played, which he kind of picked it up a little bit, this year. So hopefully he can kind of keep up with that, play a little bit faster, and kind of keep up with players like Kleenex, Cammy, and Vance, who are just straight sprinting freaking crackheads when it comes to playing. So, I mean, honestly, I think they both resign. I think Toronto could be a decent sleeper team, to be honest with you, if they both resign.
Well, it's like I said before, I've said it tons of times. It was really sad to see Brack sit on the bench, not even get a chance, not even get a crack at the lineup, especially after playing a pretty decent rookie year on BO4 after being bounced around a few shitty organizations. If I'm not mistaken, he was on that denial roster that didn't get paid. He was on Midnight. He was on
Accelerate.
yeah. I was trying to think of the blue team. Accelerate. He was on UIU. Or
No. Whenever it transferred to UIU, he was actually signed to LG at the end of the year
LG. That's
with
right. That's right.
Skies. So
Yeah. Okay. That's right. He went to LG and he performed with Skies.
yeah,
Oh, Zeitz, we're talking about Toronto right now. We just started talking about Toronto. It's only our second team. So it's kind of sad to see. Oh, Zeides just hit me with the 6-viewer host. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we're talking about Roster
Yo,
Mania
mate.
right now. For some reason, I didn't get any of the notifications, which really sucks, but I just saw it right there. So, everybody from Zeides Stream, welcome. We are talking Roster Mania. What in the free agent tarnation? So yeah, it was kind of. Love you too, buddy. Love you too. It sucked not seeing Brack play. So because he didn't play, I don't see him joining a team as a starter with the limited amount of spots and the sheer just number of pros that are out there. I see him doing exceptionally well in Contenders League, without a doubt, doing insanely well in Contenders League. Possibly being brought up into the Pro League, maybe if there's a team that's has a couple of people slacking or something, and they needed
yeah.
a
I feel like
boost.
his best bet is to do challengers, and show like, hey, motherfuckers, like this is what you didn't pick up last year. This is who you didn't get to face, but I'm still here. I'm still fucking playing just as well. I feel like I could see him on an academy roster
Hmm.
for a pro league team. To be honest, yeah, like you said, bro, like he's a very good player, very good, solid all around player. Had a great BO4 year, but was absolutely plagued with fucking all this shit, like you said, with accelerate, denial. I mean, elevate. I think he was on elevate. If I'm not, no, he wasn't. Wasn't on elevate, but he's young. He's only 21, just like fucking Chase said, bro. Like he's a young fucking player. Like he's gonna
Hmm.
be part of the future if people just give him a fucking chance, man.
Literally, give him the sticks, man. Let him show you what he's good at. I talked to Brack for just a little bit. I did not have a full-on conversation like we were best friends. I talked to him for a brief second in Anaheim, and we were discussing his performance all weekend and everything like that. And dude, I was like, for sure, you're going to get on the team next year. Like, I feel it. You're going to be a starter. He's like, I don't know, man. I hope so. And when I heard they got to Toronto, I was like, perfect. 10-man roster. They're going to cycle through those players. And they cycled through everybody but him. And I was like, fuck, man. So, looking at Looney now, I mean, let's rewind it. He won 3 championships with Rise Nation. 4v4 in World War II.
3, yes.
Um, he was not a bad Black Ops 4 player at all. I don't understand
At all.
why he got sat in March and never got played again. Kind of sucked. I understand he's a little bit of a slower player, but I don't know. Yeah, Toronto didn't do bad, but it just kind of sucked to see Looney on the bench.
I
So
believe after when you got benched, he was having a little bit of mental problems, just kind of having to be away from his family and stuff like that. I believe I remember seeing stuff like that where he was kind of going through like a tough time, just being like away from his family. So like kind of just letting him get benched and then going back to his where his family is and stuff like that. I'm sure had something to do with it, to be honest. But wait, no chance Looney's 29.
he's 27. He's 27.
Holy fucking old.
No, he's 27.
So
Hey, and
old.
fuck you. 29 is not old, dick.
Yes, it is.
No, no, it's not.
You know damn well it starts
Baby face
fucking
killer.
drain.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
starts fucking draining your ability to play a game competently.
Insane. Disagree. Look at Dr. Disrespect.
Fuck that guy. Love him though.
Oh my god.
It's not valid.
Oh, yes it is. It's plenty valid.
Really? I think so. Is he playing at a pro
Really,
level?
Addy doesn't.
Addy does it.
Oh my god. Excuse me?
Shut the fuck up.
Uh,
Stupid Amazon device.
last notable free agent is Classic, and the only reason why I say that is because he was playing on LG and BO4, and he's always been on a pro team at some level. He played for UYU after he got dropped from LG, and he played some time on Toronto this year. He played for most of the time on Toronto this year. So, I don't know.
I mean, Classic was a good player this year, to be honest. Like, through the most part, he was pretty consistent for what his role was. I mean, I think he makes it on maybe a lower tier organization, probably like Paris or something like that, like a very low team.
Yeah, exactly. Say that to Clayster. Dude is piecing still.
That
Yeah.
guy's fucking old as shit too.
Yep, and he dropped a 1.25 at Champs.
1.10. Thank you. It was overall with 1.10. His Sunday was 1.25.
Oh, okay, well, that's even better. His Sunday was 1.25. That means this man shows up to play the game when his nuts are on the line. Back to back with two. No, I don't want to talk about it.
He played one match. He played what? Fucking 7 maps?
This guy.
I definitely think it's still impressive, but like we can't
Nope.
make it seem like he really played fucking an
No.
Iron Man fucking 30 matches.
Clay played Iron Man last year with E United, all the losers bracket runs that they had last year, and they had Simpin and Beasley, and they were rookies then. They had Illy and Shotzi this year with rookies. Clay's a beast. Anyway, we're gonna move on. I'm kind of good off Toronto. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
he
not
kind
really
of summed it up. Like probably Methods and Bance re-signed, decent team.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah.
It
seems like
I
they
don't
have
know
their
what else
team.
to tell you.
So next is Seattle. And Seattle only has Octane.
All right, they fucking wiped everybody except for Octane. I don't know what. Like, who the fuck would have thought, right? Apathy, enable, Slack, gone. Peace.
Yep, Proto Pander gone. Like everybody just hit the fucking bricks. You're out of here.
Yeah, let me see it, yeah.
So somebody really does need to help Sam.
Yeah, because now he literally has no one.
Because now he's got nobody. I don't see any of those players re-signing in Seattle.
No.
Not after the year that they had. I think the only reason why they re-signed Octane is I think that they gave him exactly what he was getting before.
Wait, that's actually a good point.
Yeah, Octane
just brought an Octane Priesta duo.
Yeah.
Since Priesta fell out with fucking OGLA.
Mm-hmm. And his exploring of options is definitely
Seattle.
sounding like Seattle. Yeah, that would be fire.
Octane, Sib, Fire, and Priesta. I don't think they give 2 rookies a chance.
Yeah,
I know they're really great players, but I don't think they give 2 of them a chance. I think they pick up somebody like Classic before they give fucking...
Get me a manager spot. No, Zeitz, we want to have you on the next podcast, episode 5, because that's when teams are going to get composition, and that's when we want to have another person to talk to, bounce ideas off of about how these rosters are going to start coming together. So, but yeah, Sib and Fire are nasty, but I don't know, man. Octane just went through a really shitty year. I just don't think that he's going to give 2 rookies that chance right off the bat like that, especially in 4v4 when he's going to start, like we just said, he's going to start building franchise here. What's up, Gunna? Oh,
Sib
baby.
Get a spot. I think Sib might get a spot.
Oh, I definitely see Sib getting a spot, 100%. I thought it was going to be with New York until Attach tweeted out today, and then I got all giddy.
I'm actually excited for that because that just means that fucking 3/4 of
Denial is back
the
together.
FaZe team is back.
Oh, FaZe, yeah. And Attach played with Denial with Clay. I don't know, man. I'm kind of excited. Kind of makes me want to get a New York jersey for Clay because I love Clay.
Wait, Sib is a main AR? I thought he was a sub.
He's as a special guest. That sounds awesome. That's what I'm saying. Easily doable. Easily.
Huh.
Yes, main AR. Okay.
I
I trust you, man. You're deep into the AM scene, so I trust you.
In that fucking case, then probably Fire gets more of a chance on fucking a team like
Yeah,
Seattle then.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Octane's gonna give up that main AR after partially having to play sub last year.
Well, shit. Sib can maybe go to Gorillas. We'll get to them fucking soon too.
Yeah, literally. Um, so again, the notable free agents, Proto Pander, or Proto and Pander, Apathy, Enable, and Slacked. Um, it's it's not surprising to see App. Um, I think he retires. He's 27, 28, I think. He has a kid and a wife. I think that he's going to start focusing on streaming and content creation.
I feel like if he doesn't retire like within the next couple of weeks, I think once the teams are all set like that and the league gets announced, he's like, yeah.
Yep.
So either that or he just tries challengers. And I mean, tries is a heavy word to use.
Yeah, I think it's going to be if he does challengers, then he's going to stay in challengers. I feel like he'd be a great desk analyst. He's a little quiet though. That's the only problem.
The thing is, like I feel like once you break him out of that shell, right? Like I think he'd be really good. I mean, he has a really great mind on him, and he has a good personality too. Like I think he'd be like Jay said. I think he would make a great desk analyst or something like that, or just somewhere in there. Somewhere that's still attached to the CDL because he does have a good personality to him. I'm sure he's a little quiet, but I think it'd be worth it to try him somewhere and just see if he'd be good somewhere.
Excuse me. I apologize, everybody. I got almost no sleep last night, and so I have. I'm very tired. Apologies. Um, so question here with Enable. Moving on to Enable. Sorry. Um, I know that Infinite is not out yet, and we are starting to see some Gears players and some Halo players starting to merge over to COD. Would we see some COD players go back into Halo? We've seen plenty come over from there. Formal, Enable, Frosty, Shotzzy. I know I'm missing some, so excuse me. I don't think he. I don't know if Enable gets a spot. I hope he does because I would love to see Enable back in the league, 100%. But not really sure. I'm sorry. What does ID say? Or you lowball and pick him up some upcoming talent for challengers and have him mold them. Snakebite announced he's going to be free agent for. Oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
see
I saw
that.
that today.
Yep.
I don't think Shotzi goes back.
Shotzi's not. No, Shotzi's not going back.
Shotzi was literally just a league MVP. No chance he goes back. Like he had to get paid a significant amount of money, and no Halo team, no organization that's going to go back into Halo is going to pick him up or be
Yeah.
able to buy him out. Not a chance.
No, there's no. Uh, Hastro openly admitted he paid $250,000 for that contract from Splice.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to let Shotzi walk, especially after having to let Clay walk. He's not going to let Shotzi walk. So that Dallas Empire are the only team that's going to look exactly the same minus Clay. Frosty will go back. Yes, I think so.
Frost
Do you
will go
think
back.
teams will still take chances upcoming players with such limited amount of time? You're asking. Okay. Yeah, Frosty, yes, but Shotzi, no. Ooh, Phoenix, what's up, baby? I don't think Shotzi goes back because they kept him. Yeah, absolutely not. Phoenix is right. Shotzi stays in Dallas, especially since, again, like what Cap just said, he's the league MVP. He, whatever. He won a championship his first year, and Dallas has the money. Let's be real here. If he wants a raise, then they're going to give him the raise. What are they going to do? Let him walk? I mean, the only team that can pay him is Dallas, and Dallas has the money because they just won. And not to mention they were the number one team pretty much the latter half of the year. So, yeah. Yo, did you guys talk about Gorillas yet? No, not yet. Gorillas is
Two teams away.
Yeah, 2 teams away.
About to transition to New York, and then after New York will be Gorillas. So.
Yep. And then the last. Okay, so wrapping that up. So I mean, again, yeah. So getting away from Shotzi, but Frosty, yes, we'll get to there. We didn't really talk about Florida because Florida hasn't made any moves yet, so I didn't write Florida down. So there's some teams that we're not going to talk about just because they haven't made any moves at all. What do you think about the Gorillas only keeping Vivid? Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, I'll get to that one too.
Definitely it's a way to put it.
And the last one for Seattle is Slacked. Slacked, I definitely 100% see getting a job. Where though? Minnesota. With a completely wiped roster, I think that when we'll get to Minnesota, but I think Minnesota brings back assault only, and they easily could pick up a player like Slacked, easily pick up a player like Wuskins, and build kind of like a random assortment of players together who are all good, but they're not all type A personalities.
What happened? Holy shit! I spaced out too.
Oh my
I
goodness.
started fucking reading chat. I'm like,
What's going
wow,
on in
they're
chat?
all talking about fucking gorillas and shit like that. So I started forming thoughts on gorillas before we even fucking there.
Next year, more upcoming players will get a chance because of the expansion. You can see 4 or 5 old pros retiring next year. Aches, apathy, etc. Yeah, I do think that App retires, but going back to Slack, I think Slack could easily make it to Minnesota. Minnesota could put together kind of a ragtag team of not superstar players, but good performing Call of Duty players who know how to win, and I think that they could put egos aside and I don't know. I see them signing Assault, re-signing Assault, and that's about it. And then, from the old roster, and then moving on from there. But,
I
all
think
right.
it's happening.
Yeah, there's some good points. I definitely see some players retiring soon. Yeah. New York, we've already kind of hinted at this.
I was right. I fucking called it.
Yep.
It's me. Yeah.
As of today, as of like an hour ago, accuracy was released from the subliners as well, leaving Zuma, Attach, and Mac only. So temp and accuracy, happy, and sensor all got the 1-2 kazoo. Not surprising though. Let's be real here. Accuracy was a tad bit surprising, but it's whatever. I don't think accuracy will have an issue finding a job in the league. He's a high performing player ever since he was playing on TK, and prior to that as well. Lamar's got. I know I've talked some shit about this about Lamar, but he is a damn good Call of Duty player. I don't see him having an issue finding a starting spot on a team, especially since teams are just wiping rosters like fucking wiping peanut butter out of shag carpet right now, just dragging everybody through.
And now I think New York. I mean, I think we all know what the fucking move that's gonna be made.
Yeah,
We all fucking know
it's
it's
been hinted
Clay.
enough. It's 110%
Clay
Clay.
is coming back to team with a zoom and attach.
Yep.
Uh,
They're
I
gonna be
fucking called this shit
nasty.
last week too. They're gonna be a great team. I mean, I really think they're going to be a top 4 team off break, 100%.
Yeah. Max showed that he can play in the pro league without Clay denied it. Clay has to deny it though. Clay has to deny it because because he's not technically a free agent yet, so he can't confirm anything. And if let's say that for some reason he does confirm, let's say, oh, I am going to New York, woo, and then all of a sudden New York's like, you know
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Actually,
Nothing's technically set in stone yet, so it's like
yeah. So it's not set in stone, but it's like pretty much set in stone. Attached posted a picture of him and Clay during their denial days, and it's been hinted enough
New
between
York
him and
was kind
Zuma.
of showing. Yeah, New York was doing that little thing of Phase Dynasty with them on there. Like,
Yeah,
see, like, what Chase is saying with Clay denied it and Dashy didn't. Well, I think both of them are trying to accomplish the same thing and are pretty much doing a good job at it. They're trying to accomplish like the hype factor, the people asking questions around.
yep,
Are these players going to sign to these certain teams? Like, it's keeping the possibilities open. Which I mean, until it's set in stone, until the fucking signature is on the dotted line, until the ink is on the dotted line, whatever. I mean, shit can fall through. I mean, Dashy,
exactly.
of course, is being a young player, is going to be like not going to say anything like, "Oh, you think I'm teamed with them? Okay, okay." But then people like Clay are a little bit older, like, "Nah, I'm not going to go team with them. Nah, I don't think that's going to happen." It's
Yeah,
literally just trying to accomplish the same thing.
it doesn't matter. If I know the FaZe team didn't win though, but Zuma and Clay and Attach and Clay are all really good friends, and
Yes,
they've been
I
wanting
easily see them trying that again.
to team for a while, and now that all these guys like Clay, I think this is Clay's last year. I think that's why he's going to play with Zuma and Attach, if you want to be completely honest. I think he's going to go back to his roots where he was playing with his friends, where he won his first chip, and he's going to end it on a high note, and their Zoom and Attach will keep playing. But I this is a Cinderella story right here for Clay. This is perfect. Back-to-back champs. He's kind of been the backpack for the team, whether it be IGL or having to carry, E United versus Dallas. And now on New York, he doesn't have to be that role. He gets to be kind of like the wise teacher, and you see how good of a player Abizi and Simp are, and you see how nasty Arcides is, and you just gotta hope that he can spread that same sort of um, coaching ability to Mac, and I think he could turn Mac into a nasty player. I mean, like you said, top 4 right off the rip, absolutely. If Clay really does go to New York, that's a scary team. They suddenly go from being like oh yeah, it's New York to oh shit, it's New York. Like, oh, here we go. So it'll be that is one thing I'm excited for. If do they really try that again? Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
But I feel like there's no reason you don't. I mean,
Yeah,
Zimba playing consistently, doing his flanks, Mac playing and having a really great, rookie season, Attach playing really great, especially towards the end of the year, and then Clay, dropping a 1.25 on Sunday, dropping a 1.1 overall at champs. There's no reason to not try it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't work before, but that was with Enable. Now you have a young talent like Mac. I mean, I feel like that team can't go wrong.
Yeah, I see only positives. Even if they don't win, I still see that team. Like, even if they don't win champs next year, I still see that team winning home series. I still see that team being a top performing team, finishing top 4 every single time. Like,
Yeah, like
no
constantly
doubt.
being in the talking of like, holy shit, like this might be a team to make Rocket. Got a really hot take for Paris or Toronto.
Well, Paris is not for a very long time. Paris will actually be our second to the last team. And Toronto we already talked about. Why? Don't tell us your take for Paris yet, but what's your take for Toronto? We'll wait for
I mean, as far as New York, like I think you can kind of say fucking bids,
bids. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
bids. We'll get them
Toronto is
eventually.
Cammy Kleenex, so they drop Bance and get bids instead.
Yeah, I guess that being a possibility.
Okay, but hear me out.
Like I said, I mean, like you gotta find like fucking a really good fucking player to replace Bance. I mean, that sure is one.
Yeah, but you're going 4v4, man. Are you really taking a risk on a player that I know that bids is good. Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing AM. I've been following Singularity since their BO4 days. But do you take a chance on bids as a starter in a 4v4 league with limited spots?
Yep. Because the best part about fucking having these limited spots for the beginning of this league, I think, fuck it, you throw all the fucking logic out the window and you just fucking go, let's see if it works. Let's see if he fucking performs. Because if he does, you look like a fucking genius. If he doesn't, then yeah, you look like a little bit of an idiot, but then you pick up somebody else. I mean, that's literally what happened this year. Like, oh, this roster's going to be great. Didn't end up being a great roster. So you fucking start mix and matching until you find a good roster. That's what fucking Toronto did all year. So why not have them do it again for year 2?
Yeah, that's it. Then Cheers didn't work. Bance comes in. Yeah, well. Okay. I mean,
I
okay.
just feel like, off the rip, you just kind of fucking go for it.
It's going to be hard for these teams to stack up talent-wise against Dallas, Chicago, and Atlanta, in my opinion.
I agree, but I mean, I think at that point, like, you're just kind of fucking...
I think Atlanta takes a dip next year.
No chance. Not a chance.
Here's why. Teams around them are getting better while they will ultimately stay the same. And yes, they performed well, but they started to trail off, and you could tell that they started to trail off in the second part of the year when people started to catch up to them. So unless they come out absolutely fucking banging out of the gate and, build that spread, I can see them being on the lower end of the top 4 teams. Not below top 4. Never do I ever see the Atlanta FaZe roster ever be below top 4 in the league ever. But I could definitely see them being third or fourth if these other teams
I
around
think
them are
they'd
getting
probably be
better.
third. I think like the power rankings start with Dallas, Chicago, Atlanta, New York. I think those are the 4 teams that it starts with. Because I feel like Atlanta FaZe with the roster they're supposedly going to have next year, no shot they dip between bottom like top 4. Not a shot do they go 5th, 6th, anything like that.
No, no, no.
Not a shot.
No, no, no. I don't think so either. Hold on. Let me see. What is it? Those teams are super. Yeah. If you don't think one of these Euro teams picks up kids from SNG or Warrior, crazy. That's true. If you get AMs for the 4v4 league, also if you get an AM for the 4v4 league, you don't even have to pay them a lot. A little more than minimum. After that, use extra cap space for other players. Yeah, and Phoenix says teams might pick up AMs as subs, in my opinion. Yeah, I could see that. I could see a lot of teams picking up cheap AMs that wanna play. Like guys definitely willing to take a pay cut. I think Crowder's decision to stay or not makes a huge impact on that team. That's
I
also
don't think
true.
so. I fully don't think so because of
What?
the leading ability of our cities. I think Crowder, while being
Hey,
literally
whoa, hey, you
one
think
of the top 3, literally one of being the top 3 coaches in the league, I feel like with how much they've taught players like Simba Beasley and Cell, plus the addition of our cities on the team, I feel like that team can do just fine.
so? Yeah, we're not going to talk about FaZe only because they haven't made any moves yet. So we're only talking about moves that have been made because technically there are people being dropped. So yeah, we're assuming that RCDs is going to FaZe, but we'll have to see. Everything's up in the air. Um, wow, we got way off topic. I
Yeah,
don't know where the hell we went, but we got way off topic. That's okay. We're
we're on New
gonna,
York, past New York now. They're gonna be a fucking good roster if
yeah,
Glacier goes. If not, then a good AR will be fucking good. We're good.
yeah, TLDR,
Gorillas. What do
yeah,
we got?
yeah. Now we're back. Now we're okay. No, Scott. No. You're fine. It's all good. Yeah, no. I like going off on tangents. It's good. Dashy's been talked about. No, Dashy's been talked about, but we haven't talked about Huntsman yet. So we're gonna talk about Gorillas right now. And Phoenix, this one's for you, baby. So I want to hear some feedback from you as well. And you and Chase, all those guys in the AM scene. Let's go. So right now, the only remaining player is Vivid. Weird. Notable free agents for them: Blast, Decimate, and Aqua. Um, they just you guys just so you know, Decimate, Blast, Spart, Aqua, Lacefield, Saints, and Aches obviously all gone, leaving just Vivid. Um, I think this is a good opportunity, being an LA team, to start attracting some maybe higher end players. I don't think Decimate, Blast, or Aqua resigns with the Gorillas. I think that
Yeah.
they might get spots somewhere else, but I don't think they resign with the Gorillas. I
I
think
think Aqua gets. I think Aqua and Decimate get a spot somewhere, but I don't think Blast does.
really. Why do you say that?
Blast. It's been pretty fucking evident that Blast is a very fucking heavy online player. And sure, most of next year is supposed to be online, but then what? You're really gonna build around to somebody who literally has the complete reputation of being an online player. And I think what they're doing here, I mean, while I think it may be not necessarily as smart, and yeah, you have that opinion of they're going with high end players. I don't think so. I think with Vivid's ties to the top AM scene, I think they pick up 3 AMs.
Really?
I mean, after the season you have getting dead fucking last, I feel like you do anything you can to get top AMs to be like, well, let us be the fucking, what do you call it? Like the guinea pig, right?
I guess.
I mean, I
Uh,
just feel like at that point you're like, fuck it, let's just take a chance on some really top AMs that Vivid knows that he wants a team with to put on a pro roster. See how they compete. Because I mean, hell, a lot of these fucking top players in the AM scene are competing with fucking pros and beating out pros, and in a lot of ways during scrims. I mean, come game time, I feel like that shit could stay just as relevant.
yeah. Okay. I mean, now that you're saying it like that, damn you. Number one, because that makes sense. Uh,
I mean, like, I hate to even admit that because I think that's such a really dumb move.
it is.
It's like, I mean, it could be a really great. I mean, that was like their play at the beginning of fucking this year when they're like, fuck it, Vivid Spartan, Blast, starting roster, 3 vets, peace, go to the bench. Like, that's basically what they're doing. I think Gorillas are gearing up for the future, and I think it's either going to work out for them really well or it's going to fucking kill them as
Or
an
they are going to be the
organization.
worst team in the league forever.
Yeah,
uh,
they're going to be the Browns.
yeah, yeah. Gunna says I can see Aqua going to Rocker. I could see that. I could
Yeah,
definitely see that. He's always kind of like that role player that ends up on that middle tier team.
them taking a chance on 3 AMs would have all these veteran players fuming. Yeah, I mean, it had fucking all the veteran players from them last year fuming whenever they all got dropped for fucking AM players who are probably the most unproven people to ever fucking set foot on a stage.
Yep. So I mean, with the Gorillas, wow. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, we didn't fucking think about Saints as far as Gorillas.
okay. I mean, I left him out on purpose.
Damn.
Well, what do you
How
think?
can they?
Wait, how can they
I
ever
don't think
prove
he gets. I don't
themselves
think
with
he
no
gets
chance?
signed to a team. Potentially a team like Seattle, maybe, because he's teamed with fucking Octane's team with Saints before on LG. Never know, but
I don't. But Saints is
I
not.
agree.
I don't think Saints is that kind of. I don't think he has that clutch factor, that 4v4 clutch factor.
He's always been a good 4v4 player. I think 5v5 has really shown him to be like average, just having that extra person on each side. I feel like if they went back to 4v4, Saints could be just as good of a player as he's always been. Like just like fucking Chase is saying here, how can they prove themselves with no chance? If pros care that much, they should get better. And I think that's the fucking case, man. I think this is a fucking uh. Like, to be fair, most of the AMs who got a chance this year did get things through teams. Exactly, Scott. Like, I mean, I think like all that shit needs to be a thing. Times are changing, man. It's just we don't fucking want them to. Like all these pros are not gonna get knocked out of the league, sure, but
No, see,
they need fucking. I think they really need to take a look back and be like, shit, man. Like, did they deserve that spot?
I agree
I
with
mean,
Phoenix right there. John gets a spot before Saints, absolutely. Gunna says players like classic Saints and John will always be signed. Trust. I mean,
John
John,
Priest, Octane, and one.
John,
I don't.
yes,
John,
but
dude, John has always been a good player, man. But after the past year and stuff like that, with all those accusations, number one, that is not a good fucking sign for you as a player before going into a franchise league. Number two, he is infamous for being always late to scrims, always fucking being a time torture. I think John is more of a problem than he is a help, regardless of how good he is. I don't know, man. I think it's hard to say.
hmm. Octane, Looney, and Saints maybe classic. I
I think
think,
that team wouldn't be able to compete. That'd be fucking Seattle. That'd literally be the Surge 2.0.
yeah. No, you need. I think Priest is going to.
You need one or two superstars to compete.
Yeah,
Having one variation of Looney Saints or Classic, all right, I can agree. But you need people like fucking Priesta and like another very good player, like another good sub to compete on some of these rosters. Like Scott said earlier, the teams that are looking to be formed for the Huntsman, Dallas, FaZe, New York, like those teams, a team with Looney, Saints, Classic, and Octane nowadays won't compete. 3-4 years ago, maybe like IW, like that team probably competes, but definitely not now.
yeah. Yeah, you really need that young talent like Priesta. John's average placing is 5.25. I mean,
That's fair, but I
yeah,
mean that what I said had nothing to do with his lack of being a good player. I will never say he's not a good player. To be fair, he's a good fucking player, and he has a ring. You're right, Phoenix, but I think like some of that stuff gets overshadowed by the huge negatives of the chance that this fucking like all the accusations, like I said last year, his potential suspension from this year,
yeah,
or
but
what have you,
yeah, but
and then
look at Pharaoh and Sib. Both said homophobic slurs, and both said that their careers were going to get ended. And Sibs got repicked, rejoined FaZe 6 days later, and Pharaoh ended up signing and becoming one of the best players for Florida Mutineers. That, that's gonna John's alleged Adderall dealings are all gonna be swept under the rug like nothing happened. They're not gonna talk
which
about it.
it's kind of whack, man.
I'm
I
not.
mean, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I didn't see him play MW that much, but I saw him go to a LAN and he was getting rocked. He was getting rocked by some fucking.
Pharaoh said the N word. I thought he said a homophobic slur.
He did something. I don't know. That's necessarily worse. Still
Oh,
just as bad,
I
but
mean,
I don't think you can really compete with the whole fucking Adderall addiction use, fucking all that shit.
yeah. I
Compared to
mean,
a word as bad as that word may be, like I don't. That's fucking.
well, regardless, both players, doing something that could definitely hurt their career. I just, you see one of them back in the league. I think John got a year's suspension on purpose. I think you will see him back next year. I got no idea. I have no doubt that he'll be back next year. Plus, no one even knows if John. Yeah, I mean, it's all alleged. It's an
You're right.
accusation.
It is an accusation, but I mean, it was heavy enough to be carried on every single time his name was brought up. That shit was never really dropped. It was like, oh yeah, whatever happened to John Adderall? Oh
Yeah, but
well,
what about all
fuck.
the players that were taking it? I mean,
Oh, 100%. That shit is a fucking. That shit is like water to them.
yeah, holy shit. Only said Adderall's on the equal.
When it comes to dude, people are using the fucking N word in MW2 lobbies, bro. I mean, come on. I mean, I've never said that. Come on, give me a break, huh? It's an equal level. I just said it may not be as worse. I mean, like what? I don't know if they would ban him for a year if it was just an accusation. Yeah.
Dashy says he takes water. Lamau. I don't know if they would have banned him for a year if it was just an accusation. Well, I mean, again, we can't comment on it because nobody knows. Nobody knows because none of the truth ever come out. None of the truth ever came out. So we're moving on. We're moving on to Minnesota, and Minnesota is interesting because they don't have anybody left on their roster.
They dropped everybody too.
They literally dropped everybody, every single player. So my notable free agents are their whole fucking team, their whole starting five: GodRx, Silly, Assault, Alex, and Nassim. Because it doesn't make any sense, especially the year that Assault had. GodRx was great. Silly's a great IGL. Alex was a young player that played insanely well, and Nassim was that role player that was good for that fifth spot. I think that Assault resigns in Minnesota, but he's the only one. I don't know where these other guys are going. I think Alex goes to a European team, no doubt in my mind. I think he goes to either London or Paris. But I don't know where these other guys are going. What do you think?
I think I gotta agree. I think Assault may resign. Alex probably goes to London. GodRx. I want GodRx to go to a team, man. I want him to get another chance. I feel like he was really given another chance in the shit. I mean, he
Yeah, to be honest, depending on LAG's cap size, they might be able to pick up some people from Minnesota. I could see that. Like, yeah, like GodRx or Asim.
I mean, it's hard to talk about like contracts and stuff like that too, because we have no clue what certain like fucking players were getting paid. Like we have no idea. I mean, we got obviously you can like assume like some of these players are getting paid top dollar, but like some of these middle ground players, what the hell are they getting paid? They're not paid, probably not getting paid minimum, but they're probably getting paid like a pretty penny, especially players like Cillian Assault, like fucking like Gunna said, Assault did win a chip last 44 game. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they both won the fucking last World War II champs.
Yep.
Like the last 44 champs, like he said. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like those players get a chance on teams probably. I could potentially see Silly and GodRx teaming together on a team, maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm surprised Minnesota dropped their entire roster too, Scott. Like when I saw that, like I saw some guys dropping, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And then I was like, oh shit, they dropped everybody. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
after like seeing a couple, you're like, well,
Uh,
okay, but then you like count them up, you're like 1, 2, 3. That's their whole fucking roster.
yeah, literally. Oh, tier 1 sub from Filthy. Let's go, baby. Thank you. That's what's boo, baby. That's tough because at one point they were arguably the best team in the game. Florida. Yeah, I didn't put anything down for Florida. I didn't put anything down for Atlanta just because we haven't heard anything from yet. But
The only thing that I've seen about Florida is Frosty taking out Florida Mutineers player. That's it. So I mean, I kind of figured the same thing when we talked about it last week. Frosty getting the drop over those 4 players, and
Yeah.
then people even arguing like, oh, what about Havoc? Shouldn't Havoc hasn't won a series on during champs in the past 2 years? You can't fucking blame that on him.
Yeah,
The
literally.
hell, like I mean, he played his role and played well, pretty much both years. But yeah, I mean, I think Florida minus Frosty still. I think that's what we're getting. You know, if Frosty takes Florida out of his bio, and I think that's what's happening. And I think probably like somebody said earlier, I forget who it is, but Frosty goes back to fucking um probably Skies and Pharaoh +2. No chance. I feel like they don't drop Awakening and Havoc. I feel like that team was too good at one point.
Yeah. I could see Frosty and Idol going back to Halo because I don't think they're going to get roster spots in 4v4 with the zero expansion.
I agree.
But Skies, Pharaoh, Havoc, and Awakening sounds like a very good 4v4 team.
I feel like in Halo, like you got people out here like close to their 30s still playing Halo. I feel like Enable could very well succeed on the right team in Halo compared to COD. I feel like COD is just so much different. Havoc I can see being dropped. I feel like they'd have to get a sub player who's like next level. Like they have to get a very good sub player who plays a very similar play style and role to him. But if they don't, I mean, I feel like Havoc is still good for good S&D. And Treyarch Games, he's a very good S&D player. He's a very good even third game mode player. And he played his role in Hardpoint and got the shit done that he needed to.
Yeah, Havoc's been pretty solid the last couple of years. I agree. I don't know, man. I just I don't I yeah, I'm agreeing with Cap here. I just don't see Florida. I don't know, man. Alex or Havoc if you're Florida. Okay, well,
That's a good fucking question.
okay. Well,
I think I still
no,
go with Havoc.
I
I feel
think
like Alex isn't established in like super high top tier
yeah, that's a
to be
fire
like, yeah, let's take him out.
that's a fire question, Phoenix. I'm actually going to go with Alex though, and here's why. It's nothing against Havoc, but I feel like Alex is a faster player, and I think that Pharaoh is going to succeed with more speed. I think that someone like Awakening is going to succeed with more speed. And Havoc is a bit slower than him. So for me, I would pick Alex. But I see that I see that the general consensus within chat and with Cap is Havoc. So interesting.
I
Interesting.
think just like fucking Gunna said, man, like I feel like you keep him for just the chem alone. I feel like there's no reason to swap out that one player when realistically you just fucking tell Havoc to be faster. And I think he can easily do that for you, you know? I feel like there's no point to fully fucking take someone out that will just be a little bit faster. I don't know. I just feel like that's not really worth it in the long run. Like it'll just take a little bit of time to get used to that chem.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. That's for sure.
Amen to that.
All right, so we only got 3 more teams that we're going to be covering. Again, the podcasts aren't going to be as long as the first couple of ones, just because we had a lot of
That's
content
much to
covered.
talk about.
Yeah, as
It's a big
these
fucking question mark.
as these days go on and teams get more solid, then it's going to be more interesting to talk about. But we're filling the time in right now, so we're going to move on to the Huntsman, which is let's just be real, it's pretty much confirmed. We get T2P, Envoy, and Dashy. Okay, let's just be real. RCDs and Preston got let go today. And Gunless obviously was going to be let go as soon as he possibly could. I'm sure that he got let go that Sunday night or the first day, whenever they could have, say, you're out of here. So the Huntsman roster is pretty much set. I'm not sure what there is to talk about.
It's pretty fucking evident, man.
I'm hoping that Dashy can be mature enough to be on time for scrims and wake up. We'll see, but that the Huntsman roster does have potential to be nasty, especially with 2 young players like Envoy and Dashy. Like we haven't even got to see them play together. I know that Dashy and Tej played well together. Let's see how Envoy and Dashy play together.
I see them playing even better than Dashy TJ. I really think so.
I'm kind of excited to cheer for Bruce instead of boo him this time. Again, being
Yeah,
a
you're right.
United fan.
That is kind of a problem too. But like, Formal's a hard-headed ass motherfucker, man. He fucking since he lives in Cali compared to Texas, like that motherfucker will never wake up on time.
Yeah, Formal. Yeah, I know. Formal does oversleep. I understand. I get that. That's why I'm saying like, with T2P and him, is this team gonna get lazy or are they gonna be mature and fucking
I think they need a better coach, man. I feel like
T?
with having Sender, like there needs to be somebody more fucking. I don't see T ever going coaching again. That dude makes way too much fucking money streaming. You'd
Yeah,
have to
that's
be
true.
stupid.
That's
You'd have to
true.
pay him just as much as he's making streaming.
Okay, so
But
who's
with having
coaching?
someone as Sender, like that's like having the equivalent of like
Karma.
T-Paz over Eddie King. Yeah. Like I just with the fucking with Sender, man, like Sender just can't be like, listen, we need to fucking barrel the fuck down and start going before we get shit on. Before we literally aren't getting any practice, before we aren't competing top level anymore. I don't think Sender has the capability for that. Maybe he does, and I hope he fucking does because he's gonna have his hands full with these four fucking guys together. Even Envoy in a lot of cases, man. I feel like they're gonna be a fucking like a really funny fucking group of guys.
Yeah, Center's not the guy. Karma said he's gonna do COD, play it, not coach. Uh, I mean, I know that's what he said, but there's been lots of talk between Formal, Scump, Karma, and Hex about possibly bringing him onto the Huntsman. So, I don't know. I think Karma would be an amazing coach. That's just me.
I also think it'd be really fucking hilarious to hear his Canadian fucking accent, like kind of get in there and be, listen here, you fucking idiots. We need to start. We need to start getting fucking serious before we're not gonna do it. Like, bro,
Him and Seth
him and
don't get
Seth
along.
get along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's perfect for coaching then. Listen to your coach. You don't have to like him. Just listen to how smart he is. Karma's IQ with this team would propel Huntsman to be probably the best team in the league. Let's be real here. Depending on how the gun plays and how the meta plays out, we'll see. But Arcides, we think, is going to Atlanta. I don't think Preston is going to find a starting team, and I don't think Gunless is going to find a starting team either. He's been benched too many times. He's hit the bricks too many times. He's been booted too many times for a team to take a chance on him when there's so much young talent and so many pros that are unrestricted free agents.
it's his own freaking
Oh, it's
his
his
own
own.
thing too, man. Like
Yep,
he
it's
did
his
it to
own doing.
himself.
Yeah, it's 100% his own doing. Oh, we just lost Cap.
Did we?
Your camera. Look at your camera there.
What happened with it?
It's all out of focus.
You motherfucker.
Oh,
We back? We're live. We're live. We're live.
there
We're
we
live.
go. There we go.
We're live. Okay.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Paris before we move on to our final team, which is gonna be Optic. So Paris has nobody remaining on the roster. Literally, they gave everybody the boot, just like Minnesota. So notable free agents for me are Kismet, Den, Zed, and Phantoms. But I don't know who gets picked up, man. Help me out on this one. I've been trying to deal with Paris all day, and it's been driving me banana sandwich.
Phoenix, man. I'm surprised I didn't keep Kismet and Dens.
Yeah,
Kismet and Dens are the best players on that team, man. I feel like there's no reason to drop them. Phantoms, I feel like going into a Treyarch game, he was a main AR, but he was kind of a bit of a slower AR. I feel like you can form him into something else. You know, you can make him that flex player. That'd be a good starter. But
well,
Paris is just me like Minnesota and Gorillas. We haven't throw that shit in the fucking air and see what you catch. Basically, put a bunch of names in a hat, throw it up in the air, catch 4 players. That's the team. There's so much we don't know on these players at this point that it's like what the fuck do you even do?
I feel like you could like we've already talked about teams possibly re-signing players. So I could see them re-signing Kismet and Dens.
I agree.
Zed again, I can see him going to a European team as a sub, but I don't see him as a starter. Phoenix, no. Let's see what the response is here. Caps are playing now. No. Disagree. Disagree. Phoenix has got great questions. What are you talking about? Phoenix has some of the most fuego questions. In fact, I want to hit up some of these questions afterwards because, yeah, we got some. Okay, good. We got some good questions here. Yeah, you shut up, Zides. Okay. Anybody else want to talk about Paris?
We don't want COVID, thanks. Huh?
Timeout Zides. Oh, I need to add that as a channel point option. Timeout a user. Oh my. Now Phoenix asked first. Okay, we're just gonna move on to Optic Gaming here. Paris is boring. Sorry, Paris fans. Get a better team. Sorry. Timeout both. Okay, so Optic, Quavo, Slasher, Quavo, sorry. Oh my god. Kenny, Slasher, TJ, and Draza are the remaining players left on Optic Gaming. Does not mean they're signed, everybody. It just means that those are the last remaining players. Dashy's gone. Chino's, Dashy's going to Huntsman. I don't see Cheen getting a starting spot. I'm sorry, Cheen. Love you to death. Love the Cheen burgers. I'm a Cheen burger, but it's just Chino is going to make a great starter on an AM team. But that's about it for right now. I don't think Optic Gaming makes any changes.
I don't see him doing it either.
I think
I'm actually surprised they kept Draza over Hollow, but fuck it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I think Hollow returns as a sub.
Maybe.
I think that they keep these four and
That's true.
They re-sign them and then they bring Hollow back as a sub.
Phoenix said Draza was your best player in champs. I agree. That's probably a fucking factor that fucking brought him back.
Priest would have been better, yeah, but Priest is not going to waste his time. Priest is going to go play with Octane.
I feel like they.
If you give me
if
you give me a choice to play with Octane or Kenny, I'm Kenny was the best player at champs. I mean, because of his Texas Wi-Fi, sure, but that's not where he is all the time.
Kenny and Slasher were fucking neck and neck for like best two players on OGLA.
Because Jay says Kenny is poop. Jesus. You want to tell Kenny that
Dog
to his
water.
face? Waste his time? Look at, I'm pissing Scott off. Priest is not going to Optic.
He just really wanted a fucking 100 Thieves reunion. That's what I wanted. That fucking selfish bastard.
Yeah, he is going to get a 100 Thieves reunion in Seattle with the two best players from 100 Thieves. I would have loved to have seen. That, but it's not going to happen.
It wasn't in the cards. Get over it, buddy.
Okay, I'm pissed now.
Hell yeah, I'll tell him.
Hell yeah, I'll tell him. Oh my. All right, let's get to some of these questions here because these are some interesting ones. So, Zaidi said I heard Capshotz is coming out next season. I think he's going to be playing, but he doesn't want to team with me, so he's stupid and an idiot. So whatever. It's cool. It's cool. Now the disrespect to Liddygoat. You mean Austin Liddygoat? Slasher? Slasher AL? You tell Al to keep it quiet over there. Yeah, no, Cap is playing Cold War next year, and he's looking for a team. Liddygoat. Fucking Phoenix. Did he go? Yeah, Cap is a free agent for Cold War because he won't team with me. So,
Where
There we
the
go.
fuck did that come in?
It's cool. That's whatever.
Was that one of the questions?
Literally, from Zaides, question, heard Capshotz is coming out next season. I said, yeah, he's
Fuck
a free
that
agent.
guy.
Shitter cum, dick
Shitter
lick.
cum.
What the fuck is going on in chat now? Good lord.
Dude, Phoenix is coming up with the fucking bangers of names for fucking Austin Liddicoat, bro. That
Oh
fucking
my.
poor bastard had the worst choice of a last name ever.
Sid Navi will team with me. That's right, baby. This man dropped 50 today in a ranked match. That's my.
I do that shit in my sleep.
Yeah, right.
Let me
Now
fucking
you play with me.
relax. Let me relax. I have no ego. Let me relax.
Navi asks, since a ton of pros are becoming free agents, what do you think this means for the pro scene? I think that I talked with Susie about this. I think that this means that you're going to see 2 pro leagues next year. You're going to see the CDL, and then you're going to see the Challengers League, because the Challengers League is going to be filled with all of the pros who didn't get top spots. Chase won't team with me either because I'm not good enough. It's okay. I'll show everybody up. Zaides is egoing you too, Phoenix? Holy shit. Huh, I know that feel. Trust. I really do think
you guys stay giving this motherfucker shit, man.
yeah, I really do believe that they're going to be like 2 pro leagues next year. It's going to be the CDL and the Challengers League, and the Challengers League is going to be filled with pros because there's not going to be really an AMP scene next year. That's why I'm going to try and play and have fun. It's going to be big chillin'. We got a question from somebody named Marco, and Marco said, "What's your advice for AMs coming to make it to pro? What separates pro from top AMs to AMs?" I mean, let me tell you, it's called practice, getting on the fucking game. And the biggest thing that I could tell you as being a former owner of a team, nothing works worse than when a team has to make a roster change every week or every month. You need to be on a team that sticks together, that practices, that scrims, that plays, that understands constructive criticism. You got a team that you can be like, "Hey, you fucking idiot, don't fucking do that again." And then after go, "Hey, you know what, man? My bad. I shouldn't have said it like that. Let's go over the video. Let's go over the VOD right now. We'll talk about it. What's going on?" Okay? You got to be able to have people that can understand faults and be professional about it. And that's why there are so many AMs that will remain free agents. And I will see my Twitter timeline filled with people, free agent, free agent, free agent, free agent. Okay. So.
I mean, truthfully, in my opinion, bro, it's about getting exposure too. All of what he said is fucking beautiful fucking shit. But the exposure, play tournaments. You see 10s, go play 10s.
Yep.
Go get your name out there. You like. Hopefully, we can get some good rank system this year. If not next year, sometime fucking soon. We need a rank list that once you get up to that top level, you're playing nothing but pros, top AMs and shit. To like fucking be like, just like fucking Ryan Bacardi in like World War II and shit, man. That dude was the World War II Reaper when it came to rank play. Okay. Everybody was talking about him on the fucking pro desk, on the pro streams. Everybody was talking about Ryan Bacardi, man. Like it's exposure, man. At the end of the day, it's really what it is. It's a lot of exposure. You know, it obviously comes to being a better teammate, but it also comes to being exposure, consistency of practice, and consistency of play, and always be willing to learn. That's a fucking life lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Yeah.
You may fucking think you have it figured out, but there's always something fucking new to learn.
Yeah.
The world is ever changing.
Let me tell you something. If you're a Call of Duty amateur and you're not playing in the CDL, then anytime anybody has advice for you, you should probably listen to it. Because you're not at the top level yet. And so you can always be better. And even when you get to the top level, you can always be better. So you got to be willing to take constructive criticism. You got to have an open mind. You got to be able to get on the game. You got to break it down with your teammates. And Cap is right. You got to get exposure. Zaides asked, who you got going to Paris and Minnesota? We already answered that, so shut up.
No one has a fucking clue.
Yeah. Shut up, bitch.
Who fucking knows? That's what my answer is.
Yeah. Be like Capshotz and just sit in the back of the map and get all the kills. Yeah, bad teammate. No, that's why I'm not teaming with him. I'm kidding. Oh, he's going to change his name to Babyface.
Don't fucking Don't look at me like
Useless
I'm back. I
kills.
haven't been fucking speeding.
Holy shit, Scott's out of
Useless
here.
kills? Well, then I guess fucking Scott's known for useless deaths on fucking Control then.
Rose Show 98. Adrian says most underrated COD kid that you know. I mean, if we're talking like amateurs, I mean, underrated. Oh man. Man, I'm not really sure. Underrated COD player. I think COD
$10
player
says Chase types me.
be like Phoenix shit and be a creddy. Oh my god. Phoenix is not a creddy. I don't
King
know. The
cred.
most underrated COD kid? I don't know. What do you think?
Underrated COD kid.
Phoenix_CA. Be like Zeetcock and
Sure.
just suck at the game. Oh shit. Oh, Phoenix coming in with the heat. I mean underrated. I think that let's change that to who do we think is going to make it to the league? Sib, Fire. I think Parasite makes it in some capacity. I think as an analyst, like kind of like Sensor did. Chase says me. We'll see about that.
$10, bitch.
Yeah.
I literally said $10 that Chase says me.
Yeah. Let's all be friends. Psych. Oh my good bitchy.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Well, we don't have any more questions, unfortunately, on the list. That's okay. But we can't really talk about many more roster moves only because, again, shit has to happen before we can talk about it. It's my year. Oh my goodness. You guys just gonna fucking talk in here and talk shit? I love it. Yeah, that's why I said it. Holy shit. My goodness. Well, Cap, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
Hopefully next week we got fucking good. Oh, Chase has a question,
Chase
but let me finish my statement. Hopefully next week we have some set rosters. We have more of an idea. We have more fucking rumors more than anything. So why is Phoenix such a good? Oh my.
Okay.
God.
Yeah, we're not answering that one. Nice try. This burger has passion. Navi. Oh my goodness.
You know what? I'll fucking answer.
Yeah, we just lost Cap. He just talked so much into his mic that we lost him. So you muted yourself, you dingus.
Oh fuck, I did.
Wow, this man paid.
Headbutt my fucking mic. I'm like fucking.
Oh my god. At least we got it on camera.
Literally censored myself. You're right.
Why does Chase suck at COD? There's a good question.
I may not get kills, but I got passion, baby. That's right. That's why you're fucking team fucking water boy, Scott. Let's go, baby.
Censored himself. I'm your AR. Listen here. And I'm your sub. Oh my goodness. All right, gentlemen. Well, with that, I think we're going to end it. Be on the lookout. We are going to be here again. This is our first full month of podcast, so thank you, everybody that's been sticking around viewing. We've been getting some awesome viewership. I apologize for episode 3 not going up to YouTube. For some reason, Twitch won't let me download the video, so it might not be able to be up there. We're going to try to get this one up there as soon as we can, as in tomorrow at noon. So we'll hope to see you guys there as well, if you guys missed it, the full podcast being live. As for me, I am going to go offline just for a second. Well, not for a second. I'm going to go offline just for a little bit. I will be back to play Call of Duty Black Ops 4 online on my personal stream here at twitch.tv/batterypower. So I hope to see you guys there. And again, wait, real question. Best quality for me as a player and worst that I got to work on? Okay. I mean, if you want honesty, best quality for you is your IQ and your gun skill, and the quality that you got to work on is being able to take constructive criticism. If you can take constructive criticism and build off of that, you definitely could become an insane Call of Duty player. Make sure to join Cord. I will. Yeah, I will. You always complaining about the internet? I get jumped. You got to stop saying that bullshit.
Yeah, what the Mickey
It's
Mouse?
online. Oh my goodness, you complained. Hey, are you guys gonna hop in court so we can play? What's going on here? All right, everybody. We will see you guys next week for episode 5 of the Power Grid podcast. Until then, have a great rest of your night. I will see you guys shortly, probably in about an hour, to play some Call of Duty with Cap, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Peace.